Hey guys, welcome to Tarot Spinning. My name's Kathy and we're doing a bit of a pick a card today. So got a few decks out here and we're going to do a bit of a spin and see what deck we get. And then we'll find out what this reading is going to be about. But this is for reading 1. So I'm going to give it a bit of a spin and see what deck we're going to go with. I would say the Oracle of the Black Enchantment. Myself, just stand up and look down on it a bit, seeing you've got the overhead view. So, get that deck out. Rightio, let's go. Just going to move it a bit because it's just going to be right where I've got to put some stuff down here. So I'm just going to give it a shuffle. And we'll see what we get for this first reading. These are rather big to shuffle, as you can see. They're a little bit tricky, but I shall do my best intentions here to keep a grip on it. Reading 1, please. What is reading 1? What would reading 1? Oh, I think we're going to have 2 cards because 2 have jumped. Okay. We've got card 19 and card 14 and they're pretty massive, so I'm sort of just going to try and juggle them on there. Going to have to look these guys up because I don't know all the cards too well. This one, yes, a bit more, but anyway, card 14 and card 19. Card 14, we've got the Cauldron, which is pretty easy to pick that one there. And it is breaking up and dissolving a big problem, taking a few bad things and turning them into positive results. So that's sort of like breaking something up or taking a few bad things and making it back into something better. Card 19 is the Harbinger. I have to think about that for a minute. Looking at it thinking I'm going to say it wrong, but I did. It's return of a loved one after an ordeal, the safe recovery of something once lost. So, yes, how this is going to work together, but there's the safe recovery of something that was once lost. I would say there could be a message for someone there about a returned loved one. The return of a loved one after an ordeal. So I'm not sure what ordeal they've been through, but that could resonate with somebody out there. But being that's a big problem and they're going to break it up and making a bad situation into a better situation. And then of course with that card 19, and that's saying the recovery, the safe recovery of something once lost. So yeah, I think something's going to be coming back. There's going to be a return. So I'll just grab a deck and we shall start with some tarot to see what else we can get to come out of this bit of a story that's starting up here for reading 1. If you picked reading 1, we shall see a bit more what this is about. Carried away with myself here. Rightio. Mucking around there a bit, but anyway, there we go. Alright. We have the 10 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, the Chariot, and the Emperor. So, straight away I'm getting that there's a bit of burden. There's been a fair bit of burden on, you know, like you've been carrying a heavy load. There's a bit of burden. And here's a bit of drama around it with the emotions. It's very much the nagging card there. So something's nagging at you or somebody's nagging at you. There's been a bit of heavy energy and heaviness around a situation. And being a general read, you've sort of got to, you know, put that into the, you know, the right bucket, so to speak, to make it fit, or put the shoe on the you know, the right shoe on the foot. But here's the Chariot, and of course it's the pretty good bit of an omen of moving forward and moving away from it. So what these are saying is that, you know, breaking something up and making it become something, making a bad problem better, and the recovery. So, you know, those two virtually mix with each other on some level there too. And then you're going into the Emperor. And of course the Emperor's a really good solid foundation. He can be to do with business and career, but he sort of feels a bit more like the home with this one. I think it's more to do with the home or house or land or property or a fairly big possession. I'd sort of get off that card's energy. Okay, and then we've got the Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. So again, we've got moving forward away from this heavy energy that was the problem, was the dramas there, moving forward into this bit more situation here with this Emperor, which is this new foundation or a new beginning or a new, starting anew virtually. So the Ace of Cups, well, the old Ace of Cups, I always look at her wings, but it's a bit like the Holy Grail. It's a lot of emotion and a lot of happiness is coming back in, and it's a new start. And it's, of course, it's because it's all emotions, it's going to be a happy heart. There's going to be a bit more of a happy heart and a new way that's going to make your heart feel happier. Now this Six of Cups, of course, this is something from your past or your childhood. Again, general read could be go either way there, but it's that's what's coming in that's making this so happy. This situation's coming in that's so happy, and it's either you're going to move and have and live somewhere you wanted to live, or you've always wished to live, like it's a bit of a wish situation, or family or friends, or I don't see the lovers or anything here, but it could be a partner from the past that's coming back in. It could be the loved one that speaks of the loved one in that card. And then of course the King of Wands, he's usually to do with like he can be a lucky win, and it doesn't mean you'll win money, but you could have a win in a situation, like something will come back into your play, it'll come back into your, you know, it'll line back up in front of you the way it's supposed to go, because here's the Pentacles getting given or received. And again, I think you're on the receiving end of getting money or a property or a contract, or something's coming to you, and it's to do with money or it's to do with your money, so to speak. So, you know, again, general read, got to sort of, you know, spread it out there which way it's going, but it's definitely a win. You're coming into that energy where it's coming, things have gone from the past, which was pretty icky, and it's coming into a bit better energy there. Then we got the Nine of Cups, we got the Four of Swords, we got the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Pentacles. Well, there you go, guys. The Nine of Cups that is the wish card. That is like a bit of a dream coming true, and it's on top of that other cup, which I said was going to make your heart happy, so that's just virtually confirming that again. Now, the Four of Swords, mentally, physically she's having a lie down, but mentally you're a bit burnt out. Whatever you've come back from and where you've got to, even though you hide it pretty well, deep down you're struggling a little bit there, just to virtually get up and keep facing the next day and the next here we go. So do remember, in the back of your head, pay a bit of counsel to yourself there, that you give yourself a little bit more, you know, depending where you're at and what you've got in your life, if you can't go and get a treatment or a haircut or a, you know, like a day at the beauty spa, it depends on where people's at, but you could go and get yourself a treat. And if you can't afford things like that, you could just go down and lie on the beach. Well, and again, not everyone lives on the ocean, but you could go lie on the beach, lie down in the forest, lie under a tree, go somewhere pretty beside a river and have a little picnic, have a little lie down on a blankie or something. That's what this is reminding me of. And they're going to have just that little bit of pulling that energy back up from the actual earth back into you to replenish you a bit. There's the Wheel of Fortune, and of course that's the lucky break. And this was what I said, it was a win underneath here. Now a win comes in a lot of forms, so there's this is confirming that win. So whatever's coming back in, the wheel's turning in your fortune, it's coming back for you. And there's the Queen of Pentacles. Now, in this reading especially, she would signify perfume, again, the luxuries, the perfume, the good food, the wine, clothing, a treat, and because you've got something's come towards you and it's giving you an opportunity to go and treat yourself. Because of this struggle you've been through, you deserve a bit of a treat. Not, like I said, even if it's just go and get a treatment, go shout yourself something, you know, depending if you're, because female and male could be watching this. So at the end of the day, you're going to treat yourself something that you wanted. You might go and get, like the guys might go and get new shoes, or I don't know, whatever you're into. You go and treat yourself something, because it's like a bit of a bonus. But I would say, coming from all that mess up the top there, and the mess will be in your life, it's all going to, you know, partake back to the overburden and the heartache there, which is all that emotional. It's nagging at you or being nagged at. Well, there you're moving away from it. It's coming away and it's going, and you start heading into all this energy. And there's some bit of luck here. There's a bit of something quite lucky going on here, that it might be little luck, it might be really big luck, but luck's luck. So anything's good and when it's luck. So I've got to get these guys out, which was the clarifier for the end of the read, which isn't a clarifier, it's virtually just a conclusion card. The last word from Spirit is what I like to sort of think of as it is. And it's always pretty sweet when it actually confirms the read, like everything meshes back up a bit. So to me, it's always a bit of a bonus. I don't mind these little Making Magic cards, they're just great. Oh, sorry, throwing it round. Oh, I'm not supposed to look at it. There we go, mucking it up, there we go, hang on. Just do this. There we go. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, what a mess. That's just how she blows. Alright, get that there. Now, I'm going to go anti. No, we'll go clockwise. No, it spun the mat off it. Out of control. Where's she going to stop today? Oh, I just have to push that back on, but I'm going, both these guys, because from my angle, it's virtually sitting on that line over there. So we have little luxuries. Ta-da! Don't you love it? I just love it when things just, you know, confirming back that Spirit saying that, yes, that's great, that little luxury that we're talking about. Little luxuries generate luxurious experiences and surroundings. So at the end of the day, again, experiences or surroundings. So you, like I said, whatever treat you go and give yourself, you really deserve it. It's a bit like a bit of about time. And this one, stay there, is the Star. The silver energy of the Star brings good luck and serendipity. So there you go, guys. That's beautiful. Bit of a read there, and a little bit of a beautiful confirmation at the end. So thank you for tuning in, reading one. Thanks for spending some time with me. Love your company, and you know, the usual like and subscribe and blah de blah, because it really helps the channel and helps me do this service to you, which is another honour. So thank you so much for your time and spending. Goodbye, reading one. We'll see you next time. Goodbye. Hi guys, welcome to reading 2. So we've just got the decks out here, like empty boxes, and we're just going to see which deck we're going to get first to find out what this reading 2 is going to be about. So here we go. Give it a spin, and it is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I'm just going to put this one out of the way just till I get this sorted. Queen of the Moon Oracle. There's Queen of the Moon. Rightio. Let's see what we can get for you. Reading 2. Reading 2, reading 2. What would you like, reading 2? to know. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. We have resistance. So waning crescent, so resistance. So that's holding on. Looks like we're holding on there, guys. And we're going to go resilience. So there we go. Yeah, 2 R's. Resistance, resilience. So hanging on and showing how strong you really are. Straight away what I could, because it's just showing you that they're hanging on, like they're hanging onto a cliff with their fingernails. But there's the resilience that you got the weight of the world on your back, but you're still hanging on, and you're still gonna, you know, you do not give up. And whether you feel like it or not, I think deep down in your soul, you know that you can't give up. You're going to have to push on. You can't let go at this point. You want to, but you can't let go just yet. It's just going to have to see it through. You're going to have to keep rocking on. I'm just going to pick a tarot deck for this particular read. Just let me have a little perusal at which one is talking to me at the moment. Sat one on top of the other one. That was clever. Sorry, just got to find my way. Oh no, I thought this was a different deck. Oh, it looks like we're using that deck because that's the one that's shining at me, is that. Alrighty peeps, let's see what we can get. Oh, there's the other tarot deck. I'm looking everywhere going, where's that other one gone? Okay, we're going to use this. I think it's A.E.WaiteTarot is the deck. Oh yeah, reading 2. Sorry guys, a bit chunky this deck, it's a bit fat. Reading 2, what can we have some news for reading 2, please? There's your first clue. Reading 2, thank you. A bit more clarification for these guys. Jeez, this deck's pretty good at flicking them out. Goodness. Just going everywhere. Right, I'm just going to sit these guys down, give them a bit of a cup. I'm going to leave them sit here for a minute because I've got a bit of... This one was nearly like the last thing out. Okay, we've got this to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. All right. So, straight up, I'll leave these sit here for a minute. The resilience and the resistance. So, again, it's just hanging on and hanging on for grim death. Well, it's not grim death, but, you know, it's inside there's a fight. There's an inner battle going on, and it's a big fight, and it's been going on for a while. You just tell by the look of this resilience card that you've been carrying this burden way too long, way too long, way too long. It's time to go, no more. So here's the Ace of Swords. So this is a new way of thinking. The sword is mental energy, so it's to do with the mind. And the Ace of Swords is an offer coming in or an actual idea. I think it feels like an idea to me. It could be an offer because, like I said, general read, so we've got to sort of spread that around a bit just in case, you know, so many people looking at it. They've got to be able to fit a few different, jam a few different feet in these shoes that I've got, so that's all good. But that, I'd say that's an actual idea sparking up in the brain there. There's walking away. Now, the walking away from something that you once held very dear to your heart. Something, could be a job, could be a home, could be a relationship. I don't necessarily see it's a relationship, but hey, it could fit with somebody that you're walking away from a situation or a relationship and saying, that's it, I'm done. And the reason I don't think it's a relationship is that the Nine of Cups is here, so that's a celebration. So hey, whether you're actually really wanting to get away and you're actually celebrating leaving, whatever floats your boat, that could be happening. So new thought or new offer, walking away from something that you once held it meant a lot to you at one stage in your life, and now you're ready to turn your back and walk away on it. So this resistance and this resilience, I just don't know if it's to do with that's what you're walking away from, is carrying this burden anymore. You're just going to let that, you're going to see that little rope, just let that go and just see that thing just tumble off down the cliff and go. Toodaloo. There's a celebration, and it's a bit of a wish, a bit of a happy fulfillment wish. So even though this is a bit of sadness walking away, you virtually bounce straight back into that cheer yourself up sort of thing. You go from new sort of mental energy, dip into emotion, and then back up into, you know, should be right sort of stuff. Like you're virtually going to be patting yourself on the back there, but there's a bit of, you're pretty happy, you're virtually happy you've either let that go or you're happy to move on. Then we have the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Five of Cups. So again, these could come out, I could sort of move these around to some degree because they threw themselves out on the table. I don't really know how they came out to some degree, but I would put that with that because it's going to suit, not going to suit the read, but it's going to suit the energy of that card. So you've got the Queen of Swords under the Ace of Swords. So she's study, exams, learning, like working something out with paperwork or with figures or with anything to do with the brain and using it. And if not, she's a brainstorming session. So she can be a brainstorming session where you're working out what you're doing and what you're not doing. This Five of Cups to me would fit there because it's walking away, and here you are turning your back on the situation. Whatever's holding you up and whatever's weighing you down, it still pulls, when you think about it, when it pops in your head, your heart still dips a bit. It just pulls you down a little bit, but that's just part of the healing and the grieving. It's just a process with anything. There's always a bit of a, you know, that it's sort of just adjusting yourself to be able to live with it at the end of the day. Then you got the Knight of Wands. So he's fast moving energy and he's coming in, and it's to do with, I think, like the direction you're going to go in and what you're going to do, this brainstorming and where you're going to go and what you're going to move into. I still haven't got that come through just yet. That's going to work back in there like that. But we got the Moon. So the Moon is, it's like intuition and dreams, but it's also hidden. There's a bit of something's a bit hidden still. It's just not quite clear yet not what it's about. It's not clear to you what's coming up completely. You haven't got yourself straight into that seat yet. It's still a little bit hidden. There's still this heartache that's in there, and you bury it down pretty deep. You're hiding it a bit, but if you sit with yourself and feel it, you can feel those pangs are still there. And it's what you've had to walk away from, what you've had to, it's a little bit of time. You need to give yourself some time to get through it and get over it. And then we go on to the King of Pentacles. Well, the King of Pentacles is to do with the material plane, working towards the material side of life, like you're working towards buying something, like property, house. It's usually big money. Can be a bit to do with banking or fixing up or sorting out banking or bills that are coming in or being around. But it's laying a good foundation. And it's sitting there and taking responsibility with it and sitting there and actually putting it into perspective. You're not going to sort of duck and hide and not look at it, whereas I feel like you've been avoiding that part a little bit. You don't want to really look at that side because it's not really the way you want it to feel. It's not feeling the way you want it to be, so therefore you're turning your head away a bit from it. That's just what I'm getting. It's just that you're going to sit there and front up to that. So anyway, I'm going to pull a few more just to sort of see where we're going with this. We've got Death. We've got the Five of Wands and the Devil. So this is like the reading's sort of half, it's carrying on, but it's half starting up again too, because the Death is this resistance and resilience. It's walking away from that. That's the big death of turning over into that, the new way of thinking and the new energy. Five of Wands is a bit of a struggle. So there's a bit of just give and take. There's a bit of arguing and a bit of back and forth, and Still sort of sorting this all out, because what this was all about was quite a big thing at one stage, and it's going to take a bit of unravelling to get there with it. And of course then you've got the devil. Well, the devil is either vices or, you know, smoking, drinking, gambling, you name it, whatever vice you want to put in there. There could be any vice there that's either causing trouble, or this could be something to do with you walking away from that situation, or that part of your life's ending. But it's also the doubt. He's just a bit of, he bedevils the situation in the sense that he causes that two-way flow of the little devil and the angel on the shoulders of yes you can, no you can't, yes you can, no you, that's what it feels like. There's a bit of this backwards and forwards because of this Five of Wands with this bit of arguing going on. Alright, we've got the Ace of Wands, the World, and the Six. Alright, we're done. So, again, guys, even though this is going to be a little bit of a roller coaster ride to get through what you're dropping and what you're letting go of something that was quite big in your life. And it's going to be whichever shoe's going to fit. You're going to know when you hear what I'm saying, what it's to do with, but it's quite a big thing, because this goes like a roller coaster. It goes up, it drops in, goes up, drops in. So you're going to be riding this roller coaster for, if I had to say, which I don't usually like to say time frames, but I'd go a good couple of months, probably even up to 3, depending. But it's not going to be all doom and gloom. But it just takes time. Everything's a process. It all's going to take time. But at the end of the day, once you get through, and part of it is the healing. See, so going through some of the conflict and the give and take and the pulling either way and a bit of heartache up here. There's a lot of emotion. Walking away, still had your back turned on it, and it still hurts you. And then you've even got the like the knives coming in to say that there's a bit of pain still there. But sit in it and honour it, because at the end of the day, whatever you've walked away from, it was quite a big thing, and you're actually having to let it go. But you've got to lighten your load, and you've got to move on. And once you get out away from it, you can look back and you can see how it had to happen. But here we go into the Wands, the Ace of Wands. So there's another whole new form of energy coming in, a new direction. And it's sort of to do with creativity and your thinking and creating where and what you're going to do. The World is the end of the one cycle and the beginning of another cycle. So once the dust settles out here, you're going to be back in this position where you're ready to step. There's no Fool here, but that's about the only thing we've got missing here is the Fool, where you're going to step into another path and walk forward and step into a new way or a new place or a new way of going. And this is the Six of Swords, is a passage away from difficulties. So again, they've got their back to the situation, so they're leaving it behind, and them and their thoughts are going to move forward and go out into this new, like they're going out into that new land and a new, like they're going, they're in that depicts that they're going out to another, setting off in a boat and hoping, I wonder where we'll turn up, we'll see what happens. But you're going out. There's a bit of heaviness in the heart, but it will heal. It just will take some time. Just be a bit gentle with yourself. So, time to go on to Making Magic and see what's the last comment from Spirit has got to say about this. It's a bit rough, but as it does in the cards show, your resilience will get you through, but you will get there in the end. You'll make it through, or you'll make it into the next position, which will be the next job. Move of home, maybe you're moving away from family and friends, and it's a little bit of a struggle to not have them around. And again, it could be a relationship, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. But whatever it was, there is that bit of heartache, but you will heal and you will come back whole again. So just get this bit of a, let me go this way. Anti-clockwise, I think. I can't even tell you. Yes, it is. And what have we got to say at the end of this read? Okay, we're just on this one. The Festival. creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. Well, that's a bit odd. So maybe that's what you need to get you out of the funk down the way a bit. Get this one. Get another one just to see if we can get that. That will mean something to somebody out there, but maybe this will just help you, cheer you up a bit to go and do something that's let your hair down, so to speak. Sorry, I couldn't pick that up. The sun. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. So at the end of the day, things will end up picking up and you're going to get through this quite okay. You're, like, all I can keep coming back to is you're way stronger than you think. So thanks again, reading 2. I hope you got something out of this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for spending some time with me, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye, reading 2. Hi, reading 3. Welcome to your reading. So, just having a bit of a look here. We've got the oracle decks are out, or the empty boxes, and going to just do a bit of a spin and see what your reading's going to be about. So let's have a bit of a go, see what we're going to get. Which deck? Okay, we're going to go the Queen of the Moon oracle. Reading 2 had the Queen of the Moon. So we'll see what we've got here for you guys. I think we'd have to be pulling a bit of a rabbit out of a hat to get the same cards. As they throw themselves onto the table. Everyone got 2. You guys got 3. Because I'm not going to put anything back now. So we've got fear, darkness, and the unexpected. So yeah, it's a bit spooky. But, of course, fear, without a doubt, there's all the, you're going to see in the pics in the picture here, there's all the dark thoughts around her swirling, which are all depicted by a few crows flying around. And there's a person here with their head bent down and a bit of a light shining down on them, but they're not looking at it. So there is a light and there is a way out, but they're choosing to sit in the fear and you know, sit down in it. So that's fine. Everyone on that's, you know, virtually breathing air has moments where that always comes into play. And then here's the darkness. So in this one, it's an actual eclipse. It'll be a, because they're the moon oracle, I'd say it'd have to be, I'll tell you in a minute, long night moon. So yeah, at the end of the day, the darkness, it looks like a bit of a lunar eclipse where it's got that ring around the edge. So long night moon sounds a bit like a another bit of a dark spot. And then we've got the unexpected, which is a bit better. And it is, I can't even read it properly. I think it says the brave moon, but anyway, that's quite beautiful. The unexpected is something's going to pop up that you are not expecting at all, of course, because it's just going to come out of nowhere. Right, let's see. We'll have that oracle. That tarot, sorry. It's alright. So it's the third read in a row, so I'm try not to get tongue-tied, but okay. We'll just move a couple of boxes, guys, just so I've got a bit more room. But let's have a bit of a go with the tarot and see what we can get from this oracles, oracle cards. So we're getting some cards for reading 3, please. Cards for reading 3. Them up the right way. Well, they're mixed up a bit, as you can see, but at the end of the day, we'll get there with it. Reading 3, please. I'd just like to get some cards for reading 3. Thank you very much. I either shuffle really good, or I go like this, where it just goes everywhere, but That's just how she blows. Alright, that's going to do for this, just to get us started. I'm just going to cut this deck now. And we'll move on into the next bit. So we'll start up here. We've got the Two of Cups, the King of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. So there's some of that energy coming straight through into the cards. I'll pull these back for a minute, we'll get to them in a second. Okay, we've got the Two of Cups and the King of Cups. So this is like a union, a couple, just generally just a normal, you know, just a normal couple, and they're toasting and the sun's coming up, and it's quite a very positive, nice energy there to it all. It's got a good vibe to it. The King of Cups sort of giving me the feeling like, just having a bit of a think here for a minute because this is a bit odd. See, these all fell out. I'm just looking at it thinking. That was the first card out, I know that, but this energy just going to run better. So sorry about this, guys. I'm just going to redo it because it's just not sitting, the story's not sitting right for me. Because we got the fear, the darkness, then the unexpected. So again, the Five of Swords is gossip, talk, not positive energy. There's people or there's a group around you that aren't very kind. Yeah, they're just what they look like in this picture, as this person's getting hurt by the way they're speaking, and they don't really give two hoots about how you feel. But this is after this energy, because the Ten of Swords is like you're seeing getting all stabbed in the back, which is this sort of bizzo. But the sun's coming up in the background and it's all starting to lift, and it's the end of that. So whatever this situation was where there's been a bit of problems and a bit of drama in the background there, that's starting to lift and it's starting to dissipate. You're leaving it behind, like it's going to be finished with quite happily, be like goodbye. This King of Cups, he's to do with this union. I'm not sure why he's playing in with the bloke here in the reading, but anyway, I'll go on a bit further because I'm just stalling now and it's just not coming, that bit's not coming yet. Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Three of Wands. So we're going from this fear and darkness, which is all this like just horrible feelings here up the top there. I don't think he sort of can be intuition a bit, but it's sort of what I think I'm getting him to be, because he's not another person. He's definitely to do with this couple. And this couple's, I think they're overcoming some odds here. Whatever's been going on here, this has been happening to them. This situation with this gossip and this everyone picking and poking around, they've actually copped it. The pair of them have copped it together. They've both been, because there's a couple here up in this unexpected card as well. So, and I think they're two females, but they're still a couple. And it feels like to me that this couple, they're going to ignore the situation that's here. They're not going to pay it much heed, and rightly so. They should leave it go. But that fear and darkness, that's that sort of energy where it comes in and it's disruptive and it's hurting, because it's very hurtful what's being done and what has been going on. But this couple, or this friendship, because it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, it could be just a friendship, they're sort of sticking more with spirit. This is sort of feels like spirit. They're going to step up and above this situation here, because the only time you engage in this and get caught in it is when you go down to that level and sit with it. They're doing what they're doing in this picture. They're going to just step up and step out and move on. They're not going to worry about it. That's going to always be there, but on some level, there's, you know, it's in life. There's always going to be someone somewhere having a bit of a, you know, being a twat, is the only way I can put it without swearing. And we're coming into the Six of Pentacles, so here's a bit of happy, again, this will be like this, see, and this is a bit of brainstorming and a bit of expansion with the Three of Wands, and that's they're moving away. These guys are moving out of this situation and what's been around them. They're doing a bit of brainstorming and a bit of looking over and working out, like they're sitting there and the pair of them are really, whatever, friendship or romance or husband and wife, they're very connected and they're sticking to their guns. They're not going to back off or let it go. They're not going to let this get them. And they're looking at expanding or going further into what they're going to create or go and do or go and get married, whatever they're going to do, whatever's in their future. But it definitely is to do with family, because here we have the Six of Wands, which is generosity given or received. And the Ten of Pentacles, which is all to do with family money, the family home, the family unit. And I sort of can't help but get that bit of feeling that somebody somewhere is against this union or against these guys being together. It's either against it or jealous or just nasty, just nasty stuff. And these guys are virtually sitting there like they are on the beach. They're just ignoring the whole thing. The brainstorming, the Three of Wands, which with the expansion, they're going to look out and look forward. And it's the same sort of, see all the light in the back of that card here. It's all in this one again too. So one of the best ways that you can get in life is to, if the naysayers are there and you don't want to get them, but you want to actually stick it to them, is one way I can put it, is to live a good, healthy, happy life and be actually content and joyful, because they aren't that sort of people. They're not that sort of energy. And if you're happy and you're positive and you're walking through life and everything's just thumbs up and roses, that really gets to them. That really pisses them off, is the only way I can put it, again, without swearing too much. Then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Tower, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, guys, this is just going to get better and better. You got the Ace of Pentacles. So this was this brainstorming and this generosity and the family home. So it's either given or received on some level. There's a money or abundance given or received. And again, it doesn't have to be money, but pentacles are money. So at the end of the day, this generosity could come from friends. It feels like there's friends or some people around you or family around you that are coming in to support you through this situation. And that's you with your own contentment. You don't necessarily have to have children, of course, but this card always depicts the family home, the family, it's usually large sums of money to do with houses, moving, selling, whatever. But because it's a general read, we're going to go into those different areas. Ace of Pentacles is the new beginning and stepping into a new way or going into a new path. And of course the Ten of Cups, it's just such a beautiful omen. Again, it's all family. It's all to do with the family. It's the heart. It's the perfection of the human heart. That's the Ten of Cups. So you're really, really happy inside your little soul. You're just so happy that you're just going to move on and go and do what you're going to do. And none of this is going to matter. None of that's going to be a matter. Now there's a Tower moment where it can be, the world can be spun upside down, but this Tower moment is really positive because it's paired up with the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is all to do with giving yourself a treat, a bit like she's there with a glass of wine, she's got her feet up, reading a book under a tree, and I just can't help get this feeling. It's all rising up and it's like you're going up, rising up and coming up, and it's all that energy, and it all comes from this one card that's all pouring through. So whoever these fear and darkness and this unexpected, the unexpected will be something to do with this generosity, money, it could come in the form of inheritance, it could come in the form of being gifted to you, or even people giving you time or energy towards something that yous are really, it's really heartfelt, very, very heartfelt, this situation. And maybe you're going to get to see who your real friends are, because you're going to see these guys here that are coming in to help, or going to be around you to celebrate. They're going to help out and be around you, and you're going to see these people for who and what they are, which are a bit of rubbish. So the unexpected, I would say the fear and darkness will abate. The unexpected is going to come in through some event, and the tower's in here. So when the tower's in this read, it just goes without saying that it's going to be pretty big, and you won't miss this situation when it pops up. There's no way you're going to miss it, and it's going to sneak by without you seeing it. But finishing out there on the Nine of Pentacles, yeah, laugh it up, guys. Sit back, be happy, be positive, and like I say, laugh, laugh, laugh. There's nothing gets at those sort of people worse than when you're happy, so be happy. But anyway, we're going to jump into our reading 3 and getting all gung-ho there. So yeah, now we're just going to jump in and get that little bit of a last word from Spirit. See what they've got to say, if there's another bit of a... Oh, we'll put them out because I've got no clue. I couldn't read all of them. But we've got 7 cards. What to do. Okay, that one we're going to read. Just because I didn't know what to do with it. I've got 6 spots. I can't go any more. I have to fix this mat up. Every spin I've done, I've nearly thrown it off. I can't touch it because I'll stop it. Okay, there's your other card. Just put it back now. So, dang old blue tack's not working too good. I'll have to get onto that blue tack and put another piece on there. But anyway, we've got this, guys, and we've got healing, successful career. I'll go back for the one that fell out that I didn't know what to do with. A happy working environment, pay rises and promotions. So even though it really feels like a couple and it had all the family stuff in it, this could be brother and sister. This is just making me feel this now. These look like 2 sisters here. So it could be brother and sister, it could be husband and wife, or it could be just best buddies. But it's definitely to do with positivity, and it's a happy working environment, pay rises and promotions. So you could be getting promoted in your workplace, and that's what all these little gossipy people are in the background, like showing their true colours there for what they are, which is, like I said, twats. So successful career, so that's going to be for somebody. We'll get something out of that one. Then we've got healing. Excuse me. The true healing of the mind, body and soul. So through this situation, depending on where you're coming out of this fear and this darkness, that will be the healing, is the true healing of the mind, body and soul, because you've gone through and been hurt. You've been pretty hurt by this, and I don't think you expected it. It wasn't, and it's not really fair. What's gone on there is just not really fair, but that's life sometimes, isn't it? And that's where that healing can come into play, because when you overcome something like that and come out the other side, you have healed, you've actually raised yourself up, you've gone up however many degree or level or whichever way you want to go, but it is really a healing. It's not just, oh, I feel better. You've actually punched through and got through something that was potentially quite fearful and dark and scary. But again, the old resilience, you can't say no and stop. You just had to keep going on, like you do, like we all do. The human experience is to never say never. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a positive omen back for you guys. So thanks again. That's for reading 3. Hope you got something out of it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and spending some time with me. It's been great, and catch us all next time. Thank you. Bye for now.